I want to spend a little bit of time with my Twitter account so I can show you the basic function of Twitter while using it on a computer. So when I went to my Twitter homepage, this is what it's going to look like. In the center, I'm going to see all tweets of those who I'm following, including my tweets as well. On the top left side, you'll see the home. If I select home, it will refresh my page and bring up any new tweets that I have going on. I can select moments, notifications, or messages. Moments I don't really use, so I'm not going to spend time with that. I think that's something that if that interests you, you'll seek that information out. If you click on notifications, this is any time that I am mentioned on Twitter, or someone has liked my tweet, or someone has retweeted something I have sent. And so this is great. It's just kind of helps me keep track so I don't forget or lose track of anything that I need to follow up on. And so as I scroll through, you will see that I have where this one, for example, has the heart, so it's showing that I liked it. Right here is this here is very helpful because it helps me keep track of who is following me. And so I see I have 2 followers here, so I'm going to take a look at them. When I mouse over, I can quickly see who that person is, their description, and any other information I might need to know about them. This is actually a company, and I do want to follow that company. So I'm going to click the little icon, and then I'm now following that person. And so I'm following them back, as you would say, because they started following me, and now I'm following them. Here's another person. Sometimes you'll get people who don't really relate to what you're doing in your professional world. And so these type of people I tend to ignore and don't follow back. That is completely up to you on whether you follow them back or not. It is not offensive if you do not follow somebody back. You can make that choice on your own. Here in the green, I can see if I have gotten a retweet. So here's a post that I was mentioned in, and so you can see my name right here, and this particular company retweeted it. So now, not only was it tweeted out and my name was mentioned, but then the retweet was mentioned. I was mentioned in the retweet as well. And so that just lets me know who's retweeting, who's tweeting, and just kind of keep track of that if that interests me at all. So now I'm going to go ahead and scroll up to the top and go back to messages. I'm not going to click on messages because those are private. Private messages can be sent through Twitter just like you would send an email. And so I can have those messages and go, it's called a direct message or DM. And I can have a direct message go to somebody, but I do need to have them following me and I need to be following them. If they're not following you, you cannot direct message them. So sometimes you might have to ask them publicly, hey, can you follow me so I can send you a direct message? Or can you please send me your email so I can contact you? That kind of thing. And I've always gotten a response in some way from somebody who I needed to direct message, but they were not following me. On the right-hand side, they give suggestions. So because I'm working with education and educational companies and things like that, then Twitter automatically puts together who I should follow. These are just suggestions and obviously not something of a requirement or anything like that. On the left-hand side, I can go to trends. This is what's trending right now on Twitter. At this point, I don't really show a big interest in that because a lot of times it's not related to what I'm doing, but it does show on the left-hand side. If I'm searching for somebody, I can go to search Twitter. I can also look for hashtags as well. So if I want to search for a specific person, you can either put the @ sign in front or you can just leave it plain. So I'm just going to not add the @ sign, and you'll see when I type in the word Jeffrey, I get some choices. And what's nice, this is why a picture is important, because if I want to follow William Jeffrey, it helps to know, okay, that's for sure the Jeffrey I want, and I know that I can access that person. And it'll give you some choices. Another feature that I like on Twitter is if you want to follow somebody famous, for example, JJ Watt. So I'm going to go to JJ Watt, and there'll be lots of different, a lot of times famous people will have someone else create a Twitter account with their name on it, but it's not officially them. So to ensure that I'm following the person, for example, JJ Watt, you'll see a little check mark right here. That means that's a verified account. That means Twitter has taken the time to make sure, yes, that's JJ Watt's account. It is not someone else trying to just promote him. It is truly JJ Watt. And so that's helpful as well when you start following famous people like sports, or if you want to follow the president, for example, others that are on Twitter in education. That's just a helpful resource that Twitter offers to those who are using Twitter. If I want to make changes to my account, you'll see right here I have my picture. So when I click on profile settings, I have some options in here. And so I can go in there and make those options. If I want to change my Twitter handle or my password, then that's where I would go and make those changes.
You'll be able to see on the right-hand side, Edit Profile. This is where you can change your pictures and update your profile. To change a picture, simply click on the camera that shows and then select Upload Photo. Search for your photo on your computer and it will add it automatically. This works the same for your profile picture. I recommend for profile picture to do your shoulders up so it is a close-up picture of you, and your background's important as well. So as you can see in my picture, I have a brick background. That's a good solid background that doesn't distract from your photo. Next, you can go ahead and edit your name, your information about yourself, which does have a limited amount of characters. And then if you want to add in where you live or a blog, feel free to do so. If you scroll a little bit further down, you'll see you have options for theme color, and you can add your birthday if you would like. When you're all done editing your profile, click Save, and that will save all of your changes.
If I want to make changes to my password, I will go to Settings. And then you can see I can make changes to my username as long as it has not been taken. I can update my email address. They got some different options in here that you can make some changes to. And of course on the left-hand side you have some options as well. And so that's very helpful. Go back to Home. The last thing I want to show you is how to add a picture or a file of some sort. So under this link here, I can go to add photos or videos. So I simply just click on it and it's going to bring up my files and allow me to upload a picture or a file if I want to. So when I select the picture and I open, it's going to attach it. But note that now I went from 66 to 35. So you will use up some of your characters when you're uploading a file. You can add your location, you can add a GIF. A GIF is an animated picture, and you can also add a poll if you want to just get quick feedback. It's really helpful with students if you want to just get a quick yes or no kind of thing from students or pick A or B, so that's nice. I've also seen people add polls in there just to get feedback from the Twitter world.
So that's about it for Twitter. It's pretty easy to use. Hopefully you'll find it functions smoothly and it's something that you'll be able to use as a resource for your PLN.